Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Forge World and Games Workshop. Welcome to all of you new subscribers. I know there's been quite a few of you subscribing recently, so thank you for that. You can support the channel further by joining as a member, joining the Discord, which is free. And it's a growing community, and it's a place where you can interact with all the subscribers, viewers, members of channel Super Saiyan, and you can post your pictures, and I'm quite active in there as well. So I just want to say a big thank you to all the moderators as well for the Discord. That is you, Zero and Maxim, Kriegsman and Tanker and Numo. So thank you guys. Let's get into the video today then. Wow, there's a lot to cover. If only I had the time in between a full-time job and a second job to make more content specifically about this Warhammer Horus Heresy new edition revealed. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. I will be making an extra video about this. I'll try and do it for tomorrow because I want to break down the trailer a little bit. So, if we look at the news from about a week ago, the 19th, I think, if we just load more and we go back to about here. So, last weekend we could pre-order the Grey Knights and the Thousand Suns, and made to order was Curse City. So, everybody that wasn't able to pick up Curse City 11 months ago, I know, can you believe it? It's been almost a year, guys. It's just, this past year's flown by. You can now pick that up, well, from last weekend. They also had, finally, the other releases for the Grey Knights, following the release of the Codex, which came out, I think, about October last year. So we're getting on to almost 5 months now for the Combat Patrol. Part of me thinks that they've sort of held it off because of the price increases and things, but I don't know. It might just be the schedule that they're running on. We'll never know, will we? But that's the Combat Patrol for Grey Knights. I will pick that up eventually, but there's so many awesome new things coming out that that takes priority. You've got the Combat Patrol for the Thousand Suns. You've got Castle and Crow, which should be arriving this morning. So yeah, I most likely will have an unboxing and first look of him. Then you've got the Infernal Master, and there were a couple of other things up for pre-order, but that was the main crux of it. Look, on here there was the new edition of the Dark Imperium, I think in paperback, and then Katachan Devil, and a couple of other novels in different languages. So that was last weekend, and then the day after, as I sort of predicted, maybe in my predictions it's probably like a week later than my predictions, but we can now pre-order the Avatar of Kane from this morning. Super excited about this model. Only £60. Can't believe it. Maybe he's smaller than we thought, but he's got multiple kind of hand options in terms of the blood. 3 different weapon options. So he's got they all classify as the Wailing Doom, so don't freak out about having different stats and things. But you've got the sword, you've got the spear, and you've got the axe, which is the new thing, and the axe looks so cool. I just have this image of him using the shooting attack instead of like aiming it at something and firing like a beam of magma or whatever from it, just throwing it like God of War and then like summoning it back into his hand. That's the image I've kind of got. And you've got 3 different head options. Look at this. You've got this one here with well, maybe you've got 4, because this hair doesn't look, I mean, you can't see the hair there on this one, but I think it's the same head option. Then you've got this without the helmet, and then of course you've got the classic, and I think I might just go for this classic pose. But yeah, take your fancy with those. Then you've got the Shining Spears, which don't look very shiny to me, but it is what it is. I will be picking those up. And then you've got the Autark is now available separately. Came out in the Elder Showman set, which wasn't that long ago, really. And the Rangers and the Shroud Runners, and then the Combat Patrol Eldari. Again, I will be picking up this set, but it includes all the models that I've got already, really. The main reason I'd pick it up is because it'd be nice to have another Wraith Lord, a plastic one, because it's a good kit. And 6 Wind Riders are very decent for the price. I mean, they are £30 for 3, so that's £60 there on a £90 kit. And this new Eldar Guardian set is lovely. It's a dual purpose kit. You can build the Storm Guardians, not just these Guardian Defenders. I really like the new Eldar kit. Got the Mission Pack, Tempest of War, and then all of these models coming out of circulation. There's actually a fair few more coming out of circulation now. What that means is they're just going to pull it for a while, and then they'll be back at some point in the future. So if you wanted to pick these models up quite soon, I would do so. There are a few others, like I say, to do with Forge World, and we'll look at those in a moment. But yeah, I do have a Damocles Command Rhino. I do have a Landspeeder Tempest. I'd love another one though, because they're pretty nice. But yeah, Heroes of the Chapter is disappearing. It's only been around for a few years, and so are Armour Through the Ages. You've got Urdesh and Assassinorum, Kingmaker, and then some books in different languages. And then this week was Hammer and Bolter Plague Song. So that was the preview on the Sunday. You've got Big Brother's design flaws. You've got the preview Adepticon Online. It's really early in the morning, like 2 a.m. GMT. So good luck everybody that stayed up. I think it probably was worth staying up. I didn't stay up. I had work the next day, but still, you could have stayed up and looked at all the Horus Heresy stuff. An article with Jez Goodwin about the Avatar of Kane Resurrected. That just goes into detail and look at the size compared to it. Now, I have the old Mini, so it's going to be a fair bit bigger. Not as big as like a Wraith Knight, of course. Wraith Knights are huge, but still quite a nice size Mini. Necromunda, this just reminded me of the Tusken Raiders with the masks in the desert and all these kind of makeshift things. Yeah, just Tusken Raiders, isn't it, really? There's a bit of a preview for that. You're cordially invited to witness the ritual of becoming. You've got a rumour engine here, which some kind of like, I think it's a leg piece of clothing, and that's the knee, I'd want to say. You've got an article about Tyranids and the Beetle Gun. The Flesh Borer. It is a bit nastier. It's longer range, which is odd. It fires like little creatures. But 18 inch now, Assault 1, Strength 5, and you're now getting AP -1. Very nice. You can equip them with these Scorch Bugs. Lovely. Different painting schemes for the new Avatar. Oh, I like this blue flame one. That's quite cool. Yeah, look at the Bagba. There's going to be another model that's a painter's dream, a bit like Bellicor, really, I think. Starting out an Eldari army. Find out what they've been up to. Not a lot for the past 25 years, I think. Hammer and Bolter is back with a Nurgle theme. Grossest episode yet. Mirrored Wonders Plague Song. So, yeah, it looks... I do like the art style for Hammer and Bolter, I have to say. It's not up to everyone's taste, but I do like it. You've got the Toxic Queen's horrifying new rules. The Choking Spores. Subtract from one from the hit rules. Hypertoxic Miasma. Engagement range 4+. You get D3 mortal wounds. And then you've got the massive Toxic Lashes. Wounds on a 2+ always, except for vehicles and Titanic. And then in melee, similar story. I do have a Toxic Queen. It's an absolute pain to store. You've got the Craven Throne Guard for Age of Sigmar. You've got design notes for the Shining Spears. And a little bit more about the Autark and the Rangers, actually. So, yeah, quite a decent one with Jez there. You've got the Warhammer Preview online, all the massive reveals right here. So this is all of the reveals that they had. I'll try and just pause that video. But yeah, you basically got Necromunda Ash Wastes. So we'll have a look at that first. Yeah, nice little video. Box set looks brilliant. Look at that scenery. Look at the gaming board as well. Looks really, really cool. I would love to pick this up. I'm just really like the scenery. I think it's fantastic. You got some buggies as well. Yeah, very, very nice. I'm looking forward to this. Here are the minis, look. Like Tusken Raider type dudes. They make great cultists, you know. Like a war tribe, war band. You got the vehicles. So cool. I mean, I'm just getting Mad Max vibes. I really am. It's brilliant. You couple these with some of the orc things. You know, come on. We need the boarding poles now on these things. It's so cool. And look at this creature. Just... it's brilliant, isn't it? This is just so cool. And look at the scenery. Wow. It's amazing. That's a hefty rulebook. Yeah, this is first time I've been excited for Necromunda for a long time. I'm really, really interested in all these. They look great. So anyway, that's Necromunda. You got Harrowdeep Warhammer Underworlds in the form of these. Again, these could make 40k cultists. You know, as like abominations or experiments gone wrong. Maybe not this dude, but yeah. I mean, yeah, very, very sinister looking wizard dude. So that's Harrowdeep. Now, Chaos Knights. There's a video as well. Watch the video. It's a nice... it also the video also shows the other war dog. Very odd that they haven't shown both of them here, just the one. But there is a different war dog which looks great. And here is the new Chaos Knight. I like the tendrils. I like the Volkite weapon. Tusks, great. This one's going to look brilliant near your Chaos Terminators. Not so sure about the stubber. I think if they went for like a flamer or a melter or something like that, that would have been a better choice. And I'm not sure about the vultures. Vultures to me, just give me the impression that the knight is just standing still. It's not moving. It's not rampaging around. Because they've settled on it. Yeah, they might be familiars. I don't know, but I would have. If there's an option to not have them on, I'm not going to put them on. I just don't think it works. Psychic Knight. This knight is a psyker as well. Okay. Yeah, because they even draw reference to Cruel Boys. It's like, okay, so we've done birds on Cruel Boys. Let's just put them on 40k. Why? You know. I don't get it. But I like the tail with the mace thing on the back. So that's the new knight, and you're going to be getting a box set with it in, along with the two war dogs. Now, cover art for these, massive fan. Look at the Imperial Knight one. There's a Warlord Titan in the background. Is this the first codex we've ever had with a Warlord? That close as well? I don't know. I think it is. You got the Chaos Knight one too, and it's chewing and it's slicing a Redemptor Dreadnought in half. I would have preferred it if it was a Invictus Warsuit, but there we go. I can't make everyone happy, I guess. But this is the box art of the new army set. I don't know. Would have been nice if they actually made some new artwork for this particular knight, like they did with you know, the other army sets. I mean, I know Black Templars, they just used the previous artwork, and with Orcs they did actually generate a new bit of artwork, but this, they've just taken a picture and just slapped it on there with the new codex cover. I think that's a bit, yeah, I would have preferred a unique bit of artwork there, but you've got, and it doesn't really show you what's in there either. That's my other issue too. But apparently you get the codex in there. They do make a point about it saying that you know it's the first place to get your hands on the new Chaos Knights Codex. Yeah, but I don't think it'd be that long. And never try and buy into this fear of missing out, guys. But you also get a pair of Savage War Dogs, which are the new War Dogs. At least I hope you get the War Dogs. So that's it for the Knights. Blood Bowl, you've got a Norse team. Vikings, maybe? I like the little boars with the kegs. They're quite cool. Warhammer Age of Sigmar, you've got Season of War, Thondia. The Realm of Beasts literally comes to life at Adepticon. Lovely bit of art. Some spells, look at that. I like the scenery, this waterfall. They do very good like waterfall type scenery, don't they? And these bones, I mean that would be good just on a 40k base, just on a 40k battlefield, possibly in the outskirts of Terror or something, I don't know. But yeah, there's that. Then there's Orlark, then there's Orrak or Orrak, the Drowner. Yeah, he's on his little barge there. Very, very morbid. It's fantastic mono. I love that. That's really cool. That would get me into Nighthaunt. And then saving the best till last, I guess. Let's just have a look at Chaos Stirs for 40k. There's a little bit of a look here at them in this video. Legionaries, we've now got 2 wounds. Come on, there you go. 2 wounds. You've got a little bit of looks at demon princes and holding things and eyeballs and beasts, and yeah, this is it. So the little look at what's happening with Chaos. Just a little teaser there of what's going to happen. But the main article, the big focus this past week has been the official announcement of the Warhammer Horus Heresy new edition in plastic. Now, I am a big fan of the most recent Zephon and Fafnir miniatures for a number of reasons. They're lovely looking models. They're quite straightforward to build. Their price is fantastic for single plastic character minis. £18. It's pretty much unheard of when you're looking at like look at Morgan Ra for £27.50 right now. That is significant, very significant, almost £10 more for Morgan Ra compared to like Fafnir Ran. He's still a big model. And then there's the box art. The box art is like one of the best box arts they've done, and I hope that they continue it with this. Now, I will be going through this trailer in a separate video soon. I'll try and get it soon, but there's a lot going on in here. There's new models, new miniatures, new units, new tanks, things like that. So I'll be breaking that down. The Warlord Titan features hugely in this. I'm not quite sure why. I know Legion Mortis has a lot of Titans, the largest Titan Legion and things, but it would have been nice to see other Titans, just like Warhounds running about and Reavers, but they just, I guess, and a lot of them are the same. They've either got the Gatling Blaster and the Claw or the Volcano Cannons, and I think they just kind of like grabbed that and then maybe not copy and pasted, but you know what I mean. They just had those files already. And the same with these new Sakaran type tanks, but more on that in my video. But yeah, check out the video if I was you. There's some closer look at the new miniatures. I'm not sure whether they're going to be massively big, like Primaris size. Maybe they'll be similar size to the current Space Marine range, but just the proportions a bit better. We'll have to see, won't we, when they come out. This guy looks very similar to what we've had before in resin, though, and with Fafnir as well, now that we've got plastic minis. They do say that characters and Primarchs will remain in resin. So, and I think that will probably remain the case for quite a while. I don't think they're going to invest in the molds and things for producing these Primarchs in plastic. So if you've got resin minis for Primarchs and things, you're absolutely fine, and you're fine to go out and get them. All of the other range, though, yeah, if you want them in resin, now might be a good time to pick them up. And I'll show you those right now. Anyway, that was the big preview for Adepticon. I think I've covered everything there. You've got another article there about playing games and win prizes, and then what's the deal with the Mortrex. So nice cheeky little article here from yesterday, the 25th, looking at the new mini. I don't think it's massive, but it's pretty scary looking. The rules are quite nice too for it. I think they did a feature of the rules a while ago, I think. But yeah, it kind of like injects rippers into living things and they burst out of them. It's quite cool. And I think it's going to be the only new mini for Tyranids, unfortunately, this time round. I would have liked to have seen some kind of knight-sized mini, because they don't really have one. The Dimacheron doesn't really count. But maybe we will get bigger bioforms at some point, or just bioforms that have adapted to munching on Primaris for the past couple hundred years. You know, these Tyranids are supposed to be highly evolved forms. Maybe we'll get that. But anyway, that's it for all the news from the Warhammer community website. Let's have a look at Forge World, at some of these miniatures that are going to cease to be available on the website. Odd that they haven't done an article on it on the community, because we've just come back from that. They should do, and I really hope they do soon. Sometimes different parts of Games Workshop don't really talk to each other that well. They're completely different teams, and sometimes I feel they're isolated. But surely the community team can pick up on this and advertise it, because it's in, this was up yesterday, I think. So anyway, if we go to new, so there's nothing new to pre-order this weekend, but if we go last chance to buy and review all, this will give us some kind of idea of what miniatures are going to be making their way into plastic. Now, some of them are on a rotation that they're going to remove for a short time and then bring back. It's easy to spot those because one of the community articles has already given us pictures of them. So this Khaine or Kassan, Sabius, and Sarai Karagon, Regents of the Orden Rift, £69.50. Can you believe it? They're going to be out of rotation, but they will come back, and they're not going to come back in plastic. So I believe. However, Spartan Assault Tank and the Legion Sikaran Battle Tank. Imagine spending £130 on a Spartan Land Raider. I think I got mine for like 90, and that was after they had refreshed the tracks to have them pre-molded onto the chassis. Brilliant kit for 90. 130. It's going to be interesting to see how much they are willing to charge for these in plastic. Now, the current Land Raider Crusaders and Redeemers are £65. This Spartan is much bigger. It'll have many more parts. And if the current Land Raider Crusader is 65, I would probably price this at 90, almost 100 in plastic. I can't see it being 75 or 85. I'd say it's closer to 90. So this, when people want, plastic Horus Heresy, this and this, because it's like easy to work with, or it's a lot cheaper. That's usually the main thing. Like, I'd get into Horus Heresy, but it just costs so much, and it's difficult to get hold of and things. Well, you'll be getting it, but you'll be getting it at a price it was in resin, 5-6 years ago or so. So just bear that in mind. But then again, if you're new to the hobby, probably just okay. You just want to get into plastic Horus Heresy, which is fine. But the Legion Sakaran Battle Tank, I remember when they were about 60 or so. But that will be coming to plastic. In the trailer, they show a different variant that has a dozer blade, which makes sense. And it has a main battle cannon. And it has a different sponson. It sits a bit higher. It has this las cannon at the top instead of this hull-mounted heavy bolter. It might be a complete replication of this, but with the las cannon there. But from the videos, it looks like it's got an extra kind of turret thing. So bear that in mind. Leviathan. Yes, plastic Leviathan. Here we go. Severin Loth. I think that's just out of circulation for a bit. All of these Horus Heresy books are going out of stock. That's last chance to order. Landspeed Tempest, I don't think that's coming back in plastic, but I do think it'll come back into rotation. The Demos Pattern Rhino, yes, we're going to be getting a plastic Demos Pattern Rhino, full plastic Demos Pattern Rhino. Damocles Command Rhino, I don't think we'll be getting a plastic one. I think that's just going to go out of rotation, unless they're thinking of just bringing out a plastic Rhino with this bit in plastic. I don't think that would be the case. Contemptor Pattern Body, yes, plastic Contemptor Pattern. Will it have as much posability as the resin? I don't think it will. So if you want a fully movable sort of resin Contemptor, now is the time to pick one up. I don't think they'll bring that back in resin. The Beakies or Corvus Armor, yep, they're going to get replaced into plastic. Huron, he'll come back at some point. Now, all of the weapons, this is odd, because if they're going to be removing all these in resin, you could assume they're going to bringing them out in plastic, but that seems like a lot of Contemptor weapons, even the missile launcher as well, to bring back in plastic. But, there we go. Luckily, though, the Contemptor is quite a, smallish kit, so that you can magnetize resin with plastic. But if we're looking at some of the bigger kits, even the Sakarans and the Spartans, you can magnetize the resin sponsons. But if we get bigger, like Knight size or Titan size, then yeah, combining the plastic with resin can get a bit difficult when it comes to magnets, because the resin will most likely weigh more than the actual model itself. But anyway, hope that has helped, giving you a breakdown of Forge World and what's going to be removed from the site at some point soon. Let's go on over to Games Workshop then and have a look at this avatar. Okay, so here we are on the Games Workshop's web store. You've got a lovely advert there for the avatar, followed by 3 shining spears. It's a bit vacant, that picture. There's something missing. I can't quite put my finger on it, but yeah. This is what happens. Like, if you've only got 2 releases, it's going to look sparse. They advertise Howling Banshees, which rules are brilliant for them, and they've got some featured products. But if we go on to new and exclusive, we go to pre-orders, go high to low, review all. We've still got some from last week, like a little bit of a spillover. The Grey Knights, Combat Patrols and the art print, and the Thousand Suns minis in the art print, and well as the Combat Patrol separately, and then a Combat Patrol here for Grey Knights. That was all last week. For some reason, my Combat Patrol Eldari isn't loading up the picture, which is a little bit odd. But when we click on it, it is just, well, refusing to load the main picture. It might be fine for you guys, but yeah, just a rundown. You get the Farseer, you get 6 Wind Riders, Wraith Lord, and a box of brand new Eldari Guardians. It's the new set that you can build the Storm Guardians or the Guardian Defenders, whichever you wish. Pretty nice, but these Combat Patrols are £90 now. Yeah, we've gone past the start collecting replacements that were £40 or £50. We're now almost £100 for one of these, which is quite a lot to expect, like new players and things to shell out. Although you are saving a little bit of money, but that's hard. You're saving a fair bit of money, but that, if you're starting out, is such a hard sell that you're saving money on buying the minis separately if you're only just starting out. People want to get into the hobby as quick and as cheap as possible. And I think more and more people will be doing that through the auction websites now, because Games Workshop are failing to provide that initial cheap cost for an army. You've got the Avatar of Kane. This is the main meat of the pre-orders today. The Avatar of Kane, 1 sprue. We all wondered, £60. Why is it going to be £60 and not like 80 or 79 or anything like that? Remember the Void Dragon, I think, was £70 or so. If we just type it in here, actually, Void, yeah, £70. So, and the Void Dragon was 1 sprue as well. So, yeah, 1 sprue, £60. It's quite pricey for 1 sprue. Usually, we're used to like £30 per sprue or so. Or even in some of the kits recently, £10 or £15 per sprue, but £60 for 1 sprue. That's, yeah. I mean, people do pull me up on Techless, 2 sprue Techless, costing £105. He wasn't quite £105 when he first was released, but still, Techless, £52.50 per sprue. So actually, 1 sprue Kane, or Kane 1 sprue, is more pricey if you're looking at it from a sprue point of view. But they really go into detail with the size now. This is great. I would like to see them do this more often. This and the number of pages in codexes are my biggest bugbears. Well, this hasn't really been my bugbear, but it's nice for them to show size comparisons with a Primaris Space Marine. So one of those is 40mm, and the Avatar is 3 times taller. Just over 3 times taller, actually. So there it is. You get a number of options here, which kind of show. I'd like them to show like the 3 full different options rather than just this, because it shows a bit of the spear, it shows a bit of the head and a bit of head there. But yeah, I'd like them to go into a bit more detail. But that is the main meat of the releases this weekend. Absolutely fantastic model, looks stupendous. I couldn't have imagined it looking better. Maybe blood on the actual hand rather than the wrist, but I'm just nitpicking. You got the Shroud Runners, which were part of the Eldritch Omens release, but they're available separately very quick after that box set release. So hoping the Chaos Knights will be out soon after their army set release. You got the Shining Spears. This is another new pre-order for today. £37.50. Quite pricey, I think they're like £7 more than the Wind Riders, or the Wind Riders used to cost £30. But you get the 3. Yeah, they look quite standard. Maybe it's 3 sprues, maybe it's just 2. Interesting. They only show 2. Yeah, so a little bit cheaper than the Shroud Runners, but Shroud Runners technically getting 3 extra models, on the back. You got the Rangers, which are £35 in plastic. Good kit, a decent number of options. I recommend that. I haven't done a review of that kit yet, though. The Castle and Crow was last weekend. The Autark, available separately. Another decent kit, lots of options, and you can mix and match with the other Autark. So if you just type in Autark, it's this one right here, this winged Autark. The pieces are customizable with the new kit. However, this is on Email Me. It's temporarily out of stock, which absolutely sucks. But this is plastic kit. I don't think I actually have this one, which is odd, but I will pick it up at some point to do a review for you. You got the Infernal Master last weekend. Mission Pack is new for today, and so is Assassinorum. Kingmaker in hardback, £18, and Urdesh available in paperback. And then finally, you have Katachan Devil and Dark Imperium, which were pre-orders last weekend. So it's pretty much the rest of the Eldari releases. The Avatar, the Combat Patrol, the Shining Spears, and then the 3 units from the Eldritch Omens set. I think they'll either have a break from Warhammer 40,000 next weekend, or they'll just go straight into it and release the Combat Patrol Codex and the Mortrex creature thing for Tyranids. But I think they'll probably have a break next weekend from 40k. What do you guys think of all of the news of the Plastic Horus Heresy, of the Eldari releases? Are you pre-ordering anything today? please do put it in the comment section below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.